Hello and welcome to Catalyst Happy Hourish of me, Antony.
And me, Darren.
And for anyone that joined us on Wednesday till Thursday, you will have heard that we said we're not going to do a podcast this week, but we decided actually we're going to do one, and it will make sense why as we get further into it. However, if you haven't heard our podcast before, if you haven't seen anything that we've done before, if you want to contact us, head to our website, www.catalystyouth.org.uk, where you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so much more. The rest of these podcasts, as well as our email addresses, which are info, Antony or Darren at catalystyouth.org.uk. Please do send us questions. Send us conversation starters, anything that you can think of that you want to send.
Nice. That intro. So professional.
Swish. It was swish.
It's a bit like our 24-hour challenge, mate. You know, you were so like, and we are raising money for, and that blurb was just like on point.
Well, that leads us quite nicely on because we decided let's do a podcast today. It's going to be a very short one, potentially. Well, I say it's going to be a short one. We always say we're going to do short ones, and they always end up being like our longest ones. But we're going to do a quick podcast just to tell you about what did we do this week? Why did we do it this week? Who did we do it for? And where are we at in fundraising at the moment? So, Darren, what happened on Wednesday through to Thursday?
I don't know, mate. It was all a blur.
Brilliant. That shows you how we're feeling about it.
Yeah, I mean, we did a 24-hour gaming challenge where we decided, I don't know why, at the time now, thinking about it, it's like, I still feel, actually, I feel a little bit tired still. But we decided to do a gaming challenge to raise money for two amazing charities that we both,
Can I just interrupt you just before you go any further? Because Darren said then that we're still feeling a bit tired. Just to give you some clarification, yesterday we finished the challenge. We are recording this the Friday morning after the challenge finished. So It's not like we're recording it the next week and we're still really tired from it.
We probably will be really tired still next week. It'll catch up to us. But yeah, we spent 24 hours non-stop gaming. And we invited anybody that we knew or for our groups or through family to come and join us online to play with us. I think one of the top moments is at 4 a.m. in the morning, we had your cousin from Chicago join us, which was just like, This is cool. Played a game, we played loads of games. We were playing things like Fortnite. If you joined us through the early hours, which I don't think many people did, but you can go back and watch all these videos because they're all still on the platforms on Twitch and on YouTube and on Facebook. Facebook was a little bit iffy because it kept cutting out after 8 hours. It kind of decided you've been here long enough. Goodbye.
I'd recommend if you want to go back and watch videos. I mean, there's 24 hours worth of footage, so maybe skip through. But I'd recommend YouTube. That seems to be the one that was really good for us throughout. Yeah,
that was stable. But yeah, we played games like Fortnite. Early hours, as I said, we were playing Minecraft. It was a very silent recording. Looking back on it now, because I went through and had a whiz through the videos to make sure, it was kind of like we spent a lot of time building Catalyst Youth HQ.
Yeah, and if you don't want to go through the videos to see that, let us know if Catalyst HQ is something you want to see, because we have a YouTube page. We could just do a quick walkthrough of what did we build on our 24-hour gaming challenge.
Yeah, we've got it set up now, so we can literally log in and actually show you the whole shebang. But yeah, we built the HQ. We've got offices in there. We've got an auditorium. We've got the biggest reception area ever.
We got nothing in it.
We got some lovely steps leading down, and it needs a little bit more work. We need to do more work on the outside, and we got a glass roof.
And it even says CYUK out the front.
Yeah, in big letters, a bit like the Hollywood sign. So we got that kind of going on outside. And I actually, because Antony built the two offices and said, right, these are offices. You pick one you want. So I've actually got a underground room in my office through some trapdoors at the back. I've got a jukebox in there, a couple of pictures on the wall, that sort of thing. But yeah, if you're interested, let us know and we'll do a short little video.
And Minecraft was actually one of those games that we were sent a message saying you should play Minecraft. So hopefully, if you are listening to this that sent us that message, go and check it out. We did do it. It's very silent, but we did it.
Yeah. go and have a look at that. And I think I don't know how you'd access it now. Is it under like your server or something? Because you made it. Can people go to us?
I think I have. I don't know. I'll look into that, and we'll let you know if you can.
I mean, it could be really cool for those listening that's into Minecraft that we could perhaps put it on a public server kind of thing and say, right, you go in and just add on to the building. What sort of things would you like to see?
Yeah, add your touch.
Yeah, don't blow it up. I mean, we started off by sticking some TNT down. Or Antony said, we'll put TNT. We can move all the ground quite nicely, and it will just go. Well, it did exactly what TNT does. It has no set pattern. It just blew up, and we had a massive crater in the floor.
Put it this way: the reception is technically below ground level.
It blew it up big style. But I mean, I've never played Minecraft before, so that was a new experience for me, and I could see the addiction to it. We didn't play any of the games. I think you said you put it into like safe mode, so we had no zombies or
we went creative.
Animals. I mean, there was a panda wandering around, and somehow we had bats that came into the.
And I mean, it's worth going to watch in the fact of you saw the two different styles. So I grew up with Minecraft, so I've played Minecraft a lot, and Darren, obviously, as you heard there, it's his first time playing it. So you'll notice mainly when we're building like the floor and the walls and stuff, I'll be zooming my character along, filling in the gaps, and Darren will be just adding a block at a time.
By the end, I worked out how to do it.
Did you?
If you fast forward to me putting in the glass roof, I nailed it. I got it down. But the same goes to the next game we played. We played some Rocket League as well. Again, a game I've never played. I've had it on the Xbox, never played it before. It was one that I downloaded for my last 24-hour challenge that I did for cancer research, but never got around to playing it. And to start with, it was a bit iffy trying to get the controls down and work it out. I think I preferred was it Rumble?
Rumble, yeah.
I preferred the Rumble style with the special actions that you can do.
Yeah.
But we nailed that game. I mean, if you go watch those games are really cool. I was pulling them in. Antony was banging them into the back of the net. We had Craig that was doing the same. It was just like we just gelled together as a team. So watch out. We're going to be Rocket League league players soon, I tell you. You
say that, but I was thinking about it the next day. We nailed those games. We worked really well as a team, but we always lost.
It's not about lose. It's not about.
And it was always in overtime because we made some sort of stupid mistake.
Yeah, I mean, you can blame it on me because new player on the team, so it was my fault.
No, I don't think we can because it was me that pulled it into the goal in like the last second. But anyway, yeah, we had some great fun. If you do go back and watch those videos, we are just going to put out a warning now of. Obviously, we were on there for 24 hours. We apologise for any language of anything that might have come from other places. Yeah, shout out, Craig. It was past the watershed.
I think he dropped the F-bomb, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he must have been on with us for about 5 minutes.
Do you know, he started off by going, yeah, I know you're recording this, guys, and I'll try not to swear. And then within like the first 5 minutes, it was like the F-bomb was dropped. It was like, oh.
I like that he did it and then went, sorry.
But then I think even pre-watershed, we had an F-bomb from a parent in the background.
We did.
Which we then had to say, come on, guys, this is a live broadcast. So we apologise if you hear any sort of language on there. Obviously, we have no control over that. But yeah, we played with the likes of Luke, my nephew. We played with Brendan, with Lexi's brother, Charlie. It's Charlie, yeah. Charlie. So I made the joke of Charlie bit my finger.
Yeah.
They're in their 20s now, those kids. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But yeah, we had a really good time, I think. And it was really good to play. And it was, I think for me, it was the last like 4 hours were the biggest hit on me. I felt myself getting really tired. As Sarah put it, the last hour when we were playing the red versus not red versus blue,
the Windows,
the Windows game on Fortnite. Sarah said that we both turned into like little kids, and we're like, I was like being bullied online, and Antony was like, yeah, I feel like when I get tired, I just turn into an online bully. So you heard it here. So he is a bully.
Yeah. Only when I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was thinking about this when we said we were going to do this podcast, and I was thinking, what bits would stand out, and I was thinking if someone goes and watches the stream, if you go from Craig left us, we played a bit more Rocket League, and then we played Fortnite again. And if you look at when we're playing duos, at one point, my character is running, and then he stops and is just running into a tree. And if you look at me closely, it's because I've gone and just shut my eyes like this, then looked up and saw my character running into a tree. So it shows you where we flagged quite a lot. There was a moment before Craig joined us when we were in Minecraft where it was obviously very silent because we were just sort of going with it. Craig then joined us. That upped it a bit. I think that woke us up. Which
thank
was
you,
good.
Craig, because I think we needed that at 4 a.m. because I found that in my last one that I did. It was during the early hours when there's nobody about. Unless you're playing a game like on a team or something like that, you've got nothing that really keeps you going. But then Craig joined us. He joined us on Zoom as well because obviously, if you don't know, Rocket League, you can't actually speak to people. There's any chat feature in there. So we wanted to obviously still keep the talking going. So Craig joined the Zoom call. So you'll see him on the screen as well if you watch it back. And he did keep us going.
He did. And I love the message we got from him at 3:27 in the morning. So he must have joined us around 4:45, 4 o'clock. And the message just says, "I'm ready to throw down, happy to come in, chat and give life." And he definitely brought life to that stream. Yeah, for
and the
sure.
point of he was going, I'm going to go after this game, guys. And then we lost. And then he was like, no, I'm not going. Then he stayed. And then he stayed for like 3 or 4 games after that. So even though he's on with us for a couple of hours, it was still much needed. So big thank you to him.
Yeah, but thank you to everyone that played as well. We had a great time. It definitely had most life during the times that we were playing with others.
The question is, mate, would you do it again? Yes,
and I'd do it with one change. I think I'd sit down with you before.
Get a better partner.
No, I think I'd sit down with you beforehand and work out what games we want to do and release them beforehand so that anyone that wants to play with us will then know like what games we're doing and whenabouts we're going to do them. So like Rocket League, we knew to do during the night because Craig had already told us I've got Rocket League. So we were like, okay, well, that's the one we do in the early hours when he can join us. Fortnite, fine, we knew the kids had it, but it's things like Minecraft. We obviously didn't expect to do that one until we got the message through. Whereas I think we probably would have had quite a few people join us if we'd done that in advance.
Yeah, I think, just think about it now. I think it'd be something we could do in the new year. But instead of doing it for like these charities, perhaps even doing it for Catalyst, raising money towards perhaps next year's camp to allow young people to come along who may be in financial hardship. Yeah, perhaps be a good one to do. All the people that we've played with, one way or another, are involved within Catalyst. Yeah. So for them to play and to do stuff and know that money's going to help them, perhaps for summer camp, might be a thing. So something to put in the suggestion box maybe for next year. It is, and actually, now that you said it, they have all done stuff to be involved with Catalyst. I mean, obviously, the young people we played with have all been involved, whether it's the camp online, whether it's actually in person, whether it's youth groups, things like that. And obviously Craig, we did the podcast with when he talked about his podcast Together BHA. So they've all had their input. But I mean, would you do it again? Yeah. Yeah. I have to leave that little pause there. I would do it again. I think it was a really good time to start as well. I know with my last one that I did, it was, I started late in the afternoon. Which was really tough because obviously you'll wait for a lot longer than the 24 hours. We finished gaming. I know for myself, as soon as we finished at 10:15, because we went on a little bit longer due to the technical difficulties we had throughout the night, I went straight on to bed. Whereas I know with the last one I did, I had to, I think it was something like 4 in the afternoon I started or something because it was a Sunday, if I remember right. I think it was 4 because I remember joining you for like the majority of the evening time you did it last time, and it was a lot harder, but it's meant to be hard. That's the whole point in it. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it and it wouldn't really be a challenge. But Yeah, I mean, we didn't argue much until the last few hours where,
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, there was one, time that we realised that we are really rubbish at Fortnite, is that was playing with Lexi, Brendan and Charlie and Luke in a game just us.
Yeah, and actually...
We were dead at the very beginning. If you want to go and watch that, you'll just see me and Antony sat there on our phones, just looking at our phones, because quite frankly, we got killed. But there was a few games that Antony pulled it back and won a few, but the majority is us going, fine, okay. So we could have made a rule that you're not allowed to kill us until last. So we should have
always been like in the final three, so they can win, but they got to fight us for it. We should have been the big bosses.
But there was an injury as well, mate.
What?
There was an injury
from a 24-hour game. How have you hurt your wrist from playing games?
No, I thought I'd just chuck it in, but no, I've got tendonitis in my hand and in my arm, and it was playing up beginning of the week and over the weekend. I don't know how I've done it. I think it's probably just down to using the computer, because I've been doing my essays and everything, and I think it just got RSI, repetitive strain injury, and it was starting to go. And then I had this thing in my head, but I'm going to be spending 24 hours holding a controller. This is going to play it up, and I can guarantee it's proper hurting now. It's proper playing up again. So a couple of days of wearing this, and it should ease off. But I've got a strap on my hand with a metal plate in it just to keep my wrist in a certain position. I've suffered from it before. It's one of those injuries, it would just keep coming back. So I've got an injury from playing. So, so you guys...
It's a real sport.
It's a real sport. There's an injury. So, but I think, isn't there still time to donate?
There is. And I mean, before we go into the donating, Darren, why did we do it? What are we donating for? Do you want to tell us about the one your end?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do my little spiel that I did on the
I mean, you can do your little spiel. Have you still got it?
I do. I do still.
You do the little spiel, so I don't have to search the internet for my charity and bring up the official info. I know. I mean, for me, In Charlie's Memory is dear to this family's heart, down to the fact that Sarah works for them.
Yeah.
She's a counsellor. Sarah's my wife, if this is the first time you've listened to this podcast. This counselling session where we sort out your problems. Well, we could do that. We could be agony uncles. I know the Hairy Bikers have just started off a podcast being agony uncles. Absolutely hilarious. Podcast recommendation there. But she works for them, and she has been working for them now for, I think it's got to be about 3 years coming up, maybe. Yeah. And she was there as volunteer. She's now paid staff. She's only there 1 day a week in the afternoon. And she did say yesterday, thank you guys for paying my wages this month, because half of that money goes to half of her wages.
I'm afraid that's not what we've raised it for. We were telling everyone on 24 hours they won't go to anything to do with us. So I'm afraid Sarah can't be paid out of that money.
Okay. Well, there's probably plenty of money in the pot to pay her. But it just goes to show that 1 month, so that £300, although we've raised so far,
spoilers.
Is what am I saying? That is Sarah's wages for 1 month. So that's 1 month of counselling, and I think she sees 4 or 5 people a week. So that equates to, on an average month, that's going to be like 20 hours of counselling. Just to, for that charity. And I know they only charge young people a really small amount as well. So there's counselling there can be as little as, I think it's £10 per session. But you read the proper spiel.
Yes. So obviously we raised money for 2 charities. We picked one from the Southwest and one that works through the Southeast. So for the Southwest, we picked the charity In Charlie's Memory. And In Charlie's Memory was set up by Charlie's mum, Jojo. When at 18, Charlie took his own life. 4 years later, the charity provides one-to-one counselling for young people aged 11 to 25. They work closely with local schools, providing mental health support and raising awareness. Their workload has doubled in the last year, seeing more and more young people who are unable to get support. So the money that we have raised can go towards getting more support for those extra young people that have joined them over the last year.
And they do have a waiting list at the moment. They're that popular. So the demand is there. So this money is going to go to great use with them. I know that.
Yeah. hugely. And then the other charity we picked, so in Charlie's memory, that is in the southwest, that is near Darren's end. And the other charity we picked was Young Minds UK, who they do work across the whole of the UK. However, they do a lot of work in the southeast. I know we've used them quite a bit in things we do. But they want to see a world where no young person feels alone with their mental health. And to achieve this, the wait for support has to end. They provide mental health support for all they need when they need it, and they're stopping that emerging mental health need become a crisis. Through 3 bold new strategic programs, they're focusing their work to have as great an impact as possibly can for the young people that need it. They provide young people with tools to look after their mental health, and their website is actually full of advice and information on what to do if you personally or someone you know is struggling with how you feel. But as well as the young people, Young Minds actually work to empower parents and adults as well who work with the young people, and how best to support them in their lives and give those young people a voice and confidence to be heard in the world that we live in. So
amazing.
Yeah.
So, and that's the spiel that you'll hear when you watch back on all those sessions. But in Charlie's memory is also ventured out now. They're helping young adults as well now. So they're increasing the age range as well. Because it's just one of those things that we all may need it in life. You know, just the importance of talking to someone, especially someone who's trained, because you can talk to a friend and they can give you their advice. Whereas counselling, it's not about giving advice, it's about empowering you to make a change in your life in order to, you know, get your head in a better space. And I've seen with Sarah, when she's had young people in her session to then leave at the other end, just the positive stories that come out from that. Like, you know, they walk in despair, because I mean, to go into counselling, you've got to be in a certain place, and then to come out feeling 100 times better and more empowered is just I've heard the stories from Sarah. You know, young people coming in and they've been at the lowest, and then going out and they're just being at the highest, and it's like it's just amazing work. And
it is. and I mean, we actually had a message from Young Minds yesterday. One of them I had on one of the Instagram stories saying, "We're really sorry we missed this. Thank you for mentioning us." And then we had another message from them that says, "It sounds like it went incredibly well. What an achievement. Thank you so much for your hard work." So it is appreciated. It is acknowledged, and it is money that is going to a good cause, and one that will be fully appreciated and fully put towards what it's needed for. I know a lot of the times people might look at some sort of fundraising thing and think, oh yeah, but you know, okay, so you've raised 300, but it's 50 of that going towards you guys. We can honestly say, hand on heart, that money is being split 50-50, complete money. There's not even on the GoFundMe, there's not even any fees or anything like that we have to pay on there. That money is being split exactly 50-50 between the 2 charities, and they can put it into the work that they do.
Indeed.
So, yeah, and as we have pointed out, we have so far, as of the 22nd of April, 12:15, we have raised £300. We had a total of 200. We had a target, of 200 to begin with. We went over that. We upped it to 300. We reached the 300. We are able to send £150 to each charity. But there is still time to donate now. If you're listening and thinking, I didn't know this was going on, I'd love to donate to that. You can do that. Darren, where can they do that?
You can do that via the GoFundMe page, which will be in the description of this podcast. Literally click on the link and you can pay using your debit, credit card, or PayPal. If you want to give cash, you can just come and see me or Antony, and we'll gladly take that cash off of you and pop it in the bank. So those are the 2 ways that you can pay. And you have got until around the 30th of April to do that. The reason we're putting a target on it, the reason that we're putting a date on it, is because it gives us time then to be able to actually send it to charity. So you have got until the end of April to donate if you would like to. But if you missed a deadline and want to donate, head to both
charities' websites, I'm sure details will be there of how you can do it.
Yeah, literally, I think on both websites there's a donate page that you can donate directly to them. I think you can even set up like a standing order and pay them monthly if you feel that this is something that you want to give to more. But definitely to worthwhile charities that mean a lot to both of us, actually, because obviously we both work with young people, and mental health is a big thing at the moment, and it will be for many years to come, especially coming out of the pandemic. A lot of young people are struggling, and these two charities are there to help out. So consider giving anything, even if it's just £1, we will still take that money. Even coppers, whatever you can afford.
We're not worried about not having a round number. That's not a problem.
No.
And if you're listening to this and thinking, do you know what? I've listened to them talk about In Charlie's Memory and Young Minds, and I can hear that it's close to their heart, but actually, I've got a charity that's really close to my heart. Let us know. We're happy to chat about charities. We're happy to share them on here. We're even happy to, as you've seen, we're happy to support and fundraise as best we can to support the work that people do with other individuals around the world.
Around the world?
The UK.
Oh,
why not? Let's branch out. We went national. We had American. We had a donation from Chicago twice.
Yeah, from a bar in Chicago.
From a bar in Chicago. That's the reference. Thank you, Manuel.
Yes, it was like, what? Hey, who's that? But then we saw the Chicago bit, and it must be something to do with Craig.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all we got time for.
Yeah, and I think the only thing left to say is, and we keep saying it, but it's because we really do appreciate it. Is number one, thank you to each and every individual that joined us, either to watch the stream, to play with us, or whether it's those that supported us building up to it. And a massive, massive thank you to each and every one of you that have been able to donate and to support towards these two great charities. We feel really pleased with the outcome and the direction it took in. The fact that we had to change the target to a higher number and not a lower number is incredible.
Yeah. And I'm going to change the target now. Let's see if we can hit that £400 mark by the end of the month.
Ooh,
let's see if we get another £100 by the end of the month to be donated. So if everybody that listens to this podcast could just donate £1, we won't get nowhere near. I mean, we should,
we'd be up to about 302. No,
but yeah, I mean, I think if we can get another £100 between now and the end of the month, that would be amazing to give those two charities £200. So dip in your purses or your wallets and have a look. Obviously, we know that, money is a big thing at the moment, especially with the prices of everything going up. But if you can afford it, like we said, even if you can afford just £1, please try and do it.
And if you can't donate but really want to support, as Darren says, the link is in the description of this podcast. If you've got any social media, copy and paste that link, share it out. Encourage others to see what we've been doing. Maybe don't get them to watch 24 hours worth of footage, but maybe just put a little paragraph of these guys did this and you can still donate now.
Yeah, so please head down to the description of this podcast and you'll find the link, or head over to our website at www.catalystyouth.org.uk and you'll see a page I think I've done over there that you can donate through as well. We're using GoFundMe, but if you want to, again, as like we said, if you want to go directly to them, you can visit their websites. We'll stick that in the description as well.
Yeah. And as it is all about charity today, and we were doing it as a quick, here's what we've done. Darren, you're let off from Darren's Dilemma today.
That's because you haven't thought of any or done it, haven't you?
I can find some. Do you want?
No, that's cool. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, you head over to our website, www.catalystyouth.org.uk. You can email us at either Darren, Antony, or info@catalystyouth.org.uk. We're here usually every Friday. Our podcast drops in your podcast subscriber provider thing at 2 p.m. around about, depending on when they update it. So have a listen. We've got lots of different. I'm still tired, guys.
It was almost professional. Almost.
You can listen to a whole back catalogue worth of podcasts. There's lots in there. This is podcast number 76 or 7. I don't know.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
Wow.
We're in the 70s now. We're heading towards that 100. And when we get to the 100, there's going to be like a special broadcast of... We'll do a special podcast, the 100 podcast.
Special broadcast. We're going live. No, we're not.
We are not doing live again because it's pants, as you will tell by listening to a previous podcast that we tried to do. So those are how you can listen to previous ones. Head over to the website. If you're a young person, don't forget our camp is still open for people to come along. There are still spaces, but they are limited. So hurry up and get a form off of us.
And it won't be open for long because we will need to shut booking on soon so we can actually make sure we provide for all those that have already booked on.
I think you've probably got about a month left to get in your booking forms and everything because we've got to pay in June, I think it is the payment's due. So, so if you want to come along, time is running out. So please, grab a booking form off of us. If not, head over to our website. There's a bookings page on there where you can download the form and fill it out. That brings us to the end. As always, it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him. We'll see you soon.
Cheers. So as we finish the podcast, mate.
Yeah.
That's a bit of Fortnite.
It's your hand.